Hi guys, I'm very excited to be going over new releases with y'all today. It has been quite a while. I've been busy with a lot of different projects going on that you will see very soon, but I did want to get out at least one more Halloween collection for this year. Because I haven't really put out much new for Halloween except for the Magical Halloween Foil Bundle exclusive, which is still in shop. But I did really want to do the spider collection because it's very close to my heart. I love spiders, and I want to start doing more specific collections based on maybe one or two particular parts of a generic collection. So I did a Halloween collection last year, so I wanted to pull out the spiders element of that, kind of similar to how I did the pumpkin collection last, which was kind of based on fall in general. But yeah, so this one is all spiders, and it was a little bit held up because my silver foil was defective, so I had to wait for a replacement on that, so that's why this video is a little bit late. But this was last week's releases. Disclaimer, any mistakes that you see in the foiling are only on these demo copies and will not be on any final versions that get sent out as part of orders. So let's go ahead and hop right into it. As I said, it's foiled in silver, but whatever you get will depend on what you need for your kits. So let's go over the underlays first. We have the large underlays, which are the busiest ones with the most full cover design. So we've got some spider webs in there, spiders, confetti. I love these ones. And then we have the medium, which is a more sparse version of that. Same icons and everything. And then for the two fun ones, we have this one, which is just called Web, I believe, for the spider web. So it's an interconnected web. And then this next one is called Tile, because it is actually just one spider web that is repeated in a very linear pattern, which when you put it this close together as I did, it does kind of look like a tile pattern. If you focus on just this square instead of the actual spiderweb shape, each square looks like a piece of tile. So it's a very linear design, and it's not super duper spidery. So if spiderwebs creep you out a little bit, this could be an option instead of the straight up chaotic web. So there's two kind of spiderweb options for that. What am I doing? Putting those at the bottom. Okay. Next we have the confetti full box overlays, starting with the full design. So we've got our spiders and their webs and confetti dots, and then we have medium 4-corner, which is a little bit less busy than the full one, and the medium 3-corner and a medium 2-corner. And then we have small, which I'll do a size comparison so you can see how much smaller it is than the medium. It's a little bit smaller. So we have the small 4-corner, 3-corner, and 2-corner as always. The next we have the double box scenes. On the top we have the classic confetti double box scene, and then on the bottom we have the fun one. So this is the spider webs hanging from the ceiling, and there's a few spiders coming down from them. Very fun. And then we have our tall box overlays featuring both of the most common size of tall box. This is glam planner size, and this is everybody else pretty much. And there's a couple of flag overlays on there. And then we have the big box overlays, starting with the confetti one. There's two sizes of this because everybody's big boxes are different sizes. And then the border one is this one. It has a web in this corner and a creepy crawly spider in that one. We have our full box overlay sheet, which has a couple border designs. This one has the spiders in the corners. This one has that same web and spider design as from the big box overlay, because I had to do it again just as a full box overlay. And they have a couple of overlays with the spider webs in the top, but this one has the spiders hanging down, and then this one doesn't, so you can kind of pick and choose. If you wanted to add on hanging spiders to this one, there will be plenty of ways to do that, which I will demonstrate later, or at least describe later. Next we have the quotes sheet. I had to use this swirly spooky font that was a quarterly font from last quarter because like the swirly bits at the end just like reminded me of spider's legs. It seems like a very spidery font, and it was just too perfect to pass up. So we have a few spidery font or quotes. This one's kind of generic because there's not that many spider quotes you can do, but this one just says it's spooky season. This one is a joke that I just love putting jokes and puns in quote boxes, so you'll see that a lot. But this one says, I think I spend too much time on the web. It was like a toss-up between that quote and then like a spider is only scary when it's disappeared. But I just thought this one was funny because I could do a little spider web and like really complete the pun. And then here's like another funny quote: the only thing to fear is fear itself and spiders. And then this one is obviously a Harry Potter reference: follow the spiders. Why couldn't it be follow the butterflies? So yeah, that is the quotes sheet. I didn't do a quote sampler because there was just not enough to fill it up. So that's that. Although feel free to get your own custom quote sampler if you would like, if you can come up with more spidery quotes. And then we have the line border sampler. So these line borders are meant to fit over half, third, and quarter boxes and square boxes from SPC kits. Mainly this over movie marquee overlay also goes over SPC movie marquees. So does this one. This one goes on the inside. And then these are just line dividers that I use over fancy labels, but you can use anywhere. And I believe these also fit, these top four also fit my kits. I don't have a movie marquee overlay for my kits yet, but believe me, that's all going to be coming. But this whole top section will work for my kits as well. So for the half ones, we have hanging spiders and spider web. Third boxes, we have the spider and then webs in the corners. And then a quarter box, we have a couple hanging spiders, spider in the middle. And then the square boxes are just various web designs. I really love this one with this really tiny spider web on the outside. I want to do more with that. I actually saved like the design as a template so I can turn that into like a full box overlay, maybe a big box overlay if I want to do that later. So that might be coming at some point in the future. And then the inner movie marquee overlay also has that spider web pattern, the tiny one. And then there's just a little spider hanging out on the line divider. So that is the line border overlay sheet. Now I can get into the smaller sheet, starting with the headers. We have our classic confetti headers. We have the hanging spiders headers. I freaking love these hanging spiders. There's a lot of them in this collection, which obviously, same with this web pattern, had to do the web for the headers as well. It's very full cover, so you get plenty of options. There's 11 headers on each sheet, so you only need 2 sheets to complete a spread. Although if you're using more, like I typically do, especially when I use big box overlay or extenders, you will need all 3. But you can get like all 3 of the same or all 2 of the same sheet, or there's like an all 3 option as well. So whatever you like. And then there's hole reinforcers, of course. This is, I believe, enough for 1.5 spreads. Is it? You only need 12, right? So yeah, this is 1.5 because that's just what takes up the whole sheet. And then we have a lot more of these than usual because I just went ham, which you'll see. I went crazy. We have our dividers sheet, which actually features 6 of the top part, which I don't usually do. I think I can only usually fit 5, but I like really crimped them in here. So we have these simple line dividers at the bottom. We have the little like confetti dot dividers with the spiders in them. We have the hanging spider dividers, which are kiss cut, unlike the headers. And then we have the half webs, which I love. I kind of want to do a whole sheet of just like various half web designs, which I almost did, but like there's just so many other extra mini sheets in this one. But again, it's a thought for the future. I love adding on to collections after the fact, as the ideas come. And then we have the corners sheet as usual. These are like the medium-sized corners. These are all kiss cut, by the way, or contour cut, as I should say, because technically every sticker is kiss cut. That's like how to cut a sticker. And then we have the small. To be honest, like this is kind of a secret, but I have stopped like doing the exact size of the small like I do the medium. I've just been like shrinking the medium just eyeballing it. So these small may not be the exact size of the small ones on the full confetti overlay sheets. But yeah, they're just slightly smaller than these. And then we have the teeny tiny ones that I just kind of do from scratch for the sheet, as well as the photo corner ones that I also just invent for the sheet pretty much. And then we have a whole nother corners sheet because obviously we need spiderweb corners, like hello. So we have 3 different kinds of spider webs, and then they're mirrored as well. So we have like the bigger version, the medium, and then the teeny tiny version. These are going to be great for like half boxes or third boxes or whatever, and these are more for like full boxes, but you can like do whatever you want with them, obviously. But yeah, we have those, and then they kind of repeat. So there's only one row of the teeny tiniest ones. But yeah, I would pick up multiple if it weren't my own shop, so I'm just gonna like print multiple, I think. And then we have a deco. I feel like most of this deco is a lot tinier than usual, but I think this is pretty standard deco size for me. I mean, I literally copy the same size like from sheet to sheet. The spider's having a bad day, as you can see. But yeah, there's also some web corners on this sheet too, along with some larger spider web that you can cut if you want. But yeah, these would be great in the corners of full boxes. And then these are more for like the top section, and then these are just for throughout the spread. But again, you can use them however. And then I love doing these like trees and like vine situations now. You may have seen this in the pumpkin collection. These ones I did not do by hand because I didn't have to. But I still have that template, so I may use it in the future like I did for the pumpkin collection. But yep, I love this kind of aspect of doing this sort of like deco thing. So these are kind of meant to be full box overlays, and are sized as such. There's like a bigger version and a smaller version, and then it's like mirrored. And then this is another bigger version, but just with more spiders than that one, so you can kind of choose. And then there's just like extra hanging spiders in here to like, I don't know, use where you like, or add them onto these branches and customize them as you want. And I think this one is a little bit smaller than that one just because it fits. But you can use these wherever you want. Like you can use them in the top deco section if you want. You can even probably get away with using these over like a half box or something in the sidebar, just wherever you want to use these. They're so fun. They're like spiders hanging from the branch of a like spooky haunted house tree. Love it. And then we have our mini swoops. And then we have our full width swoops. And then we have our dangles. And then we have the hanging icon dangles, which you'll see in a lot of collections. Obviously I had to do the hanging spiders, so you can like put these anywhere you want in the spread. You can cut them to whatever size you want. But yeah, we have the longer ones, the medium ones, which are like slightly smaller, and then the lines are shorter, and then the teeny tiny ones. So yeah, there's a lot of extra sheets. There's like 3 extra sheets in there than what I usually do for a collection, because I just cannot resist. Wait till you see the amount of bottom washi, because I also went crazy with that, like I did for the pumpkin collection. For these like really simple like one icon theme collections, there's going to be a lot because it's just so easy to, and it's so basic, so you kind of need like a lot of basic options for it, because you can use it just like ad infinitum throughout the rest of eternity. So for 15mm, we're starting with the most basic option, which is just alternating spiders and webs. And there's some deco on here. Very basic. And then we have just like a classic half web situation. It does cut off below like the center of the web mark, so it does look a little bit more natural. But I love to leave a little bit of like bleed so that if the cut lines are slightly off, it won't matter. But yeah, just note that it like does cut off this part, so it looks very natural. I think in the mock-up version on the website you should be able to see that. And then we have kind of a similar version of the half web, but this one has hanging spiders in it. So you just literally have both options. And then if you don't want the web at all, but you want the hanging spiders, then you can get the sheet with just the hanging spiders. So like literally just like any combination of these 3 types of washi you can get. And then we have one that's just the web, of course. This one I think is gonna get a lot of use. I think all of these are, actually. I just love them. And then we have the garland. And then we have the simple line. These I feel like are very underrated. Like whenever I see them in a spread, even if it's like my own spread, like the simple line is just so simple and dainty and like elegant. Because like usually when we use foil, we go ham and we do like full cover everything, and that's like all you can see. But sometimes it's just really nice to add like just a touch of foil and let the artwork really show. So that's why there's options like this. And then we have the confetti option, the classic confetti. I like how I did like, so the flags have just like the web in the corner, and then when I just like put them together like I usually do to make the confetti washi, it forms like a whole half web, which is a really cool effect. I love that. I just love spider webs. Like it's so easy to like make fun designs out of spider webs because they're so radial. Like where else can you see something like that? Like maybe with the sun for like a beach spread, I don't know. But that's why I just like had so much fun with this collection. So there's the confetti, and then if you're using a glam planner kit, you're gonna want to grab the 10 and 7mm sheet. So the 10 is just the creepy crawly spiders, and then the 7 is the confetti, the same as on the headers. And then there's glam planner sized flag overlays, which are literally just like 1mm shorter than the SPC ones, which are the like default ones on every other sheet that you'll see them on. So I mean, they're interchangeable pretty much. And then next we have the garland strips, which there's 2 this time. So we have the classic garland strips that you've seen in other collections. There's 2 different versions of those. So these you can use as like bottom washi overlays. They're not sized for the shorter one. They're only both sized for the longer one. So you would have to cut it short at that point. But the reason they're all really long strips is so that you can use them along the top if you want to, or just like anywhere else, and then just cut them up as you please. But I really like using these at the top, so that's kind of why they're all one piece. And then with that in mind, I also did the hanging spiders as like contour cut. So you can use these along the top if you want to, instead of having to grab the 15mm washi of the hanging spiders and just use that, because that's not contour cut. So this is going to look a little bit cleaner, and you're going to have less of that like glossy shine in your like images. So we have 3 strips on this, because I, again, tried really hard to like fit 3 of these on here. So there are 3, and they do go all the way across. So you can have like 1 on the left side, 1 on the right side, and then 1 to cut up and just use wherever you want elsewhere in the spread. Like you can cut it up and use it as like a full box overlay, half box overlay, whatever you want. And then our 32mm is the web design that goes all the way around. This was really fun to do as well. And then we have, in the deco section, we have a couple that can work as like full box overlays. And then there's spiders, because I didn't actually put any spiders in these webs, if you'll notice. And that is because I wanted to give you guys the option to decorate them like however you want. So you can add these spiders wherever you want onto the webs. Or you can like grab the hanging spider sheet and then just like sprinkle them throughout. Like I love leaving the 32mm up for like customization. Hell, you could even add one of these branches in there, like, you know, do whatever you want, get creative. So that's kind of what that is about. But that's the 32mm. I believe Crest Press like still leaves her 32mm washi intact, so there's one shop that you can pretty reliably use these overlays with, because I feel like most shops do split washi now, but like sometimes I feel like my 32mm designs are like too good not to use. So if you need an excuse, I believe Crest Press kits are going to be like the way to go primarily. Okay, so that is everything for like the main collection. So I'll go over the bundle real quick. The usual bundle disclaimers: this comes in a mini and an ultimate. Mini does not have underlays. So if you want to grab underlays from like another part of the shop or from another shop entirely, then choose the mini. And then for the ultimate, you can choose from the 4 options that are available with the collection. And then it's available unfoiled or in any of the 46 foil colors available in shop. Whatever the quarterly foil colors are at the time, you can create a whole cart and have that cart be foiled in that color as well. So there are going to be 3 additional colors at any given time, except on sale days there's going to be a 4th color as well typically. So you have plenty of options for foil, and then it's also available as a printable with all underlays available in the collection, or as a printable with just the large underlays, which you will see here as an example. And then there's an optional add-on sheet for both the mini and the ultimate size. So the first page has our confetti overlays, 2 full size, 2 medium 4-corner, 2 medium 2-corner, and then the classic confetti double box scene. If you want me to switch this out for the other double box scene, like the fun one, leave me a note to seller. And then we have the underlay sheets, a couple of those. This is just a large for example purposes. Third page has headers. The default is featuring all 3 designs, but if you want any other combination of these designs or just one design, just leave me a note to seller. We have 2 of the quotes, and then we have the entire deco sheet on there. And then 4th page is the bottom washi. I usually just use the most basic option. Let me know if you want anything different. Again, leave a note to seller. I can also just change both of these if you want. It takes like 2 seconds. But yeah, we have usually the most basic one up here, and then confetti at the bottom. Weekend banner, date dots, tiny deco, dividers, and then the optional add-on features 4 full box overlays. I used to do like more confetti overlays here, but I think I'm just gonna like start doing the whole like full box overlay sheet. And then we have the corners sheet, a set of hole reinforcers, and then just some of the dangles or swoops, sorry. Okay, so that is the bundle. And now, as the last part of the video, I am gonna go ahead and lay down the underlays so you can see what they look like covered up. I haven't done this in a while, so I completely forgot to grab the labels, but I will grab those in a second. Right now, let's just go ahead and get the underlays laid down, because this really helps you guys with determining what kind of underlays you need based on how busy your week is and how much they're going to get covered up. So we have the large, web, medium, and tile. They all have pretty different looks. So let me just grab some labels. Okay, I have this sheet from my Glam Planner like grab bag, I think, that I just like completely destroyed by removing the headers from for this. So we're gonna go ahead and just use up some more of it. Oh, why did I grab the same color twice? Because I was not stinking. Okay, there's the large. Here is the web. So for the fun ones, I usually like to do a kind of like square box or otherwise short box situation, but since I don't have those on the sheet, we're going to do flags instead. And we will do, actually let's do this for up here, because that's also a really fun way to like be able to see the fun underlays a little bit better, the design of them. And then let's just like go crazy with this one. I mean, medium you're gonna use if you have like nothing to mark, because you ain't seeing nothing. Okay, this clearly like does not fit here, but it's a mock, so we're gonna use it anyway. So there you go, there's a large. I mean, this is the best option if you have super busy days and you're gonna use a ton of labels. Here's the web. Best if you're going to be able to show it off. Medium, best if you ain't marking nothing. And then the tile, which again, you're going to want to show off, but it's also a kind of design that like you can cover up a little bit more of, because it's just like so repeated that like even if you do cover up a lot of it, you're still going to be able to tell like what it is. So that is all of the underlays laid down, and that is it for last week's releases of the spider collection. Happy Halloween, guys. All right, thank you so much for watching. If you want to like, comment, subscribe, and share, that would be fantastic, and I will see you in my next video. Ciao, ciao.